Make a wish. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome in the spirits, the guides, the angels, earth, air, wind, fire, water, ether, source energy, Hoshinatiria, Shinatara, Nashinatawa, the cosmic consciousness. Ooh, welcome into the sacred space where only divine light, divine love, divine truth, divine power, divine wisdom, divine knowledge, divine remembrance is welcome through all unconditional love. Again, for your highest and best good, always and only, and through resonance. So welcome. We're in a little contrast with the yin and the yang, the black and the white, the light and the dark. I feel like there's a lot that needs to be said today. I don't know if this is going to be all in one video or two videos. So cheers. First cup of coffee, very big cup of coffee with a little bit of soy milk and honey. Hopefully I can finish it before it gets cold. So, welcome. We're having a little fun today with the hair. I am going to take a sacred bath today, I believe, to get some grounding in. The sunshine looks like it's going to be out today. It was very gray, snowy, and cold yesterday. And definitely the weather represented 122 in the timer, how I was integrating and feeling yesterday. I felt like, if you saw yesterday's video, it was definitely messy. It was raw. It's real always here. This is video. I misspoke. Yesterday I thought it was 102, but it was 103. So today is 104 videos. Happy Mercury Retrograde as well. So we're in the Mercury's gone retrograde, going backwards. So like I said, I was laying in bed last night with a massive head pressure. And I know this is associated with expansion, stretching of the light body, the third eye, the crown chakra, all of my upper chakras getting expanded and stretched to hold more light, to hold more frequencies, to hold the codes, the blueprints, the things that I don't even know, like, have proof of. I don't need proof of, I just know. And yesterday was a massive integration day for me. Another one. Like I said, I'm going through massive upgrades right now. A lot of integration, a lot of upgrades and activations for sure. Also remember, we're in an eclipse window, right? We have that triple portal activation on the 17th and we are in a window. So if you feel deeply connected to the cosmos, to the moon cycles, if you resonate, you know. And you are deeply connected to the cosmos and to the moon cycles, whether you realize it or not. And the more you are aware consciously, the knowledge, the wisdom behind that, you can ebb and flow with a lot more ease and grace through these cosmic convergences, through these transitions, through these cosmic portals that we are all stepping through. And awareness, knowledge, understood, wisdom, power, okay? So it's important to not get, remember, whatever's getting stirred up, you know, whatever chaos you're experiencing on the external is what's experiencing on the internal. You know, it's just trying to get you to come back more to that present moment. And each time I go through these massive integration phases and upgrades and stretching of the light body, the expansion in the contraction, all of this expansion and contraction, it just continuously reminds me how far I have come, how proud I have, confirmation, from this time last year. I had awareness, but when I go back, because I was journaling at that time of all of the healing modalities and practice and tools that I used during this awakening process, this one, like I said, I've had many, had many awakenings, but this what I would say was like has been the biggest one thus far. No coincidence that it took place this time, right here, right now, in the time that it did during the year of the snake. No coincidence, perfectly timed, as my soul is. So where are we going with this? Again, welcome to the squirrel. Welcome to the rambling conversations between me and the cosmic consciousness source, my highest self. And it's all over the place, and it's meant to be. It's supposed to be real, raw, messy. It's not scripted. It's not edited. It's nothing. It's me in my sacred space, in my ground level apartment with all of my elementals, my sacred cavern, my sacred space. And yesterday was a tough one. No bullshit, no lies. And again, but that's part of the journey. That's why we're here. That's, you know, we're not here just to feel the highs of the highs, but we're also here to feel the lows and the integrations and the discomforts of the detoxification of the shedding process. That's why we're here. We chose ourselves. We chose ourselves. We chose ourselves now. We chose ourselves to wake up now. And we chose ourselves to experience an awakening, an ascension in a physical avatar, which I believe, if I'm correct, has never happened before. That's why Earth is so special. It is one of the hardest schools. It's a hard knock life. It is one of the hardest schools in the cosmos, in the universes. There's many, 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 but ours for sure. It is one of the hardest. It's like the PhD of the PhD of the PhDs courses, and a lot of us are graduating and retiring. All right. Some of you that are receiving this might just be a newer soul, less of an ancient soul. That doesn't make us any better than you. That just makes, you know, you're just here to start gaining and learning. But a lot of us ancient ones, if you resonate with being an ancient one, have been here many, many times, going through each level of this game, this matrix, to up level and to continue to transmute and to learn and to grow and to gain the wisdom and to gain the knowledge through these human experiences. However that is, you don't have to remember what you did if you need to, if it's relevant. Your team and your higher self will make you known of what your past life was or past lives were, if it's relevant to the situation. All right. If not, it's not important for you to remember right now. Okay. You'll know through resonance, through your quantum compass, where this resonates in your field and in your soul. All right. So we've got the elements. Bought some new candles with some Epsom salt today. So like I said, I ritually have been doing this unconsciously for a long time, but especially since I've been doing these videos, I have a ritual. I light the candles. I get to move a few things around, not much, because everything's pretty much already set up in my space on how it just is on a regular basis. But I set my little space up here on the floor with my blanket. I've got my coffee, I've got my books, I've got my cards and things like that. I got my spider plant hanging out over here. So rituals are important. Again, don't do rituals to force an outcome or to do something. Rituals usually come naturally. So setting up a meditation space, a quiet space, a sacred space. I have my entire space. So there's different parts of my space. My entire space is a sacred space. So some aspects are a little different, you know, but they all have elementals in it. So that's why I deeply connect with Gaia and the elementals. And I mentioned this through a little aha moment. I had this conversation with my partner yesterday, which, like I said, there's a lot that wants to be said, and I don't know what this content is going to be in this video or the next video or whatever. I just feel like there's a lot that wants to be said today, or needs to be said, and needs to get out into the field. Need to put this out into the field, into the collective. And I said, I was laying in bed 2 nights ago and I thought, oh, it's like The Little Mermaid. So if you resonate with the Disney movie, The Little Mermaid had a sacred cavern of all her treasures and her knickknacks and her trinkets and her whatnots and what's nots and all of that. That's kind of like what my space is. I have a lot of things from nature that I brought in. Walking sticks, rocks, stones, crystals, pine cones, leaves when they don't crumble and dry out. Many, many plants, pictures of nature, items from nature, all over the place. Elementals, I have diffusers running, essential oils being diffused into the air constantly. I burn incense or I smudge regularly, because that's what makes me feel good. Okay, that's my sacred space. This is my sacred cavern. And like I said, I think yesterday or in other videos, there were times in the past where I would want to escape this space. I would constantly go out to seek other people, places, and things, whether it be inauthentic relationships or inauthentic spaces, or to chase and numb and run using the gym and different things like that. I don't do that anymore. So like yesterday, I didn't even want to leave. I had to get a few things done, but I was just like, it felt like it took so much energy just to get in the car and to drive to the places I needed to drive, like to pick my kid up from school and come home, so I could just be. So it does get a little more challenging when I'm going through these massive integrative times, days. Usually I integrate pretty fast because here I am again. I'm up, I have a little more energy. Yes, I'm still integrating, but it's like I can integrate, which in the past versions of myself, this might have taken a few days versus like an overnight or just one day to type integrate. The more awareness you bring and the more knowledge you have and the wisdom you have, you're able to integrate these energies and these frequencies and these up levelings, these these upgrades, thank you, trying to find the words, a lot faster. All right, versus versus pushing against it, like you're trying to push it away. You start pushing against it, it's going to make you more uncomfortable because it's forcing you to get still and to slow down. So instead of listening to music last night laying in bed, I was in bed by 7:30. I already knew that, like from the way I felt. Like I'm very aware of my energy field in my avatar at this point. Still learning, but definitely way more aware than I was a year ago and even years that passed. And just breathing, connecting to the field. I can actually hear that low frequency toning. Zzz, it's like a zzz, almost, it's hard to describe. Also, I could feel a presence that came in front of me, kind of like in the heart space. And I asked who this was, and what came through was Archangel Jophiel, if I'm saying that right. So that might be in resonance. And I was like, okay, I got to remember that because I'm in this in-between space of where this head pressure and just trying to breathe and focus on the field and what's internal, what's external, and not getting wrapped up in whether it's good, bad, ugly, whatever, just being still, being present with the sensations, the feelings, the discomforts, all of it. And just being present. And so yes, definitely Archangel Jophiel came in, and so when I look that up, that might be resonant for somebody to maybe even work with that particular archangel. All right, what else do we have here? Thank you. The conversation I had with my partner yesterday, so he did call and I was just like fucking done. Like I said, I give zero fucks. Feral February, zero fucks. I am very clear. And if you are offended by swearing, I'm not apologizing for that. Done. I don't apologize for that. Like that's programming. That's old programming. I'm done. I don't swear at people. I swear because that's the way my consciousness wants to express itself. Source. A cosmic consciousness. So we give zero fucks. That doesn't mean we aren't deeply and unconditionally loving at all. That has nothing to do. We just give zero fucks on all of the bullshit and the nonsense. Not that we're not aware of the bullshit and the nonsense, but I give zero fucks. Very neutral, non-reactive, right? I respond, I don't react type of situation. We might talk about that here. We might do that in another video. So going to the conversation, and I've shared this many times, but yesterday was even more louder when we were having this, like I'm barely hanging on by my fingernails at this point. I've been laying down on the sofa with just the ocean sounds, fire crackling, my eyes closed, like sensitivity to even sound and noise, and just the field was feeling his energy and frequency. And I say that all the time, like because of our connection, I can feel he is in a work environment that is very unhealthy, very overstimulating. It's a highly noisy constructive site. That's like basically fingernails on a chalkboard on a very raw nervous system. His nervous system is already raw, not giving it any space to heal or upgrade as it's doing. So his body is indicating that, and then that affects his frequency and his field. And yes, I can pick up on that, but I'm so mindful. I'm like, fuck no, like I just don't want to feel. That's the same thing with the collective. I can feel the collective stuff too. And yeah, some of us had contracted to be those bridges, those anchors be the ones to help transmute this extra energy and frequency for the collective to help the collective with a little more ease and grace through these massive transitions and these massive up-leveling upgrades during these chaotic times. All right, during these seemingly chaotic times where the wrecking ball is coming in to knock things over, because those old structures and things in ways belief system program don't work anymore. So the wrecking ball is coming through. So some of us, yes, came here, right? So you might be working through your own stuff, but you're feeling the collective stuff. So learning to work with frequency and energy, your own field. Again, using tools like Reiki practitioners, intuitive massages, somatic therapy, somatic massage therapists, sound bowl therapy, just listening to high frequency music, listening to nature, getting into nature. These are things that are going to help you transmute not only your energy and integrate a lot faster, but it's also going to help you transmute the collective energy. Like hugging a tree, putting your feet in the dirt is one of the quickest ways. Gaia will help. That's what we are here. We are the keepers of Gaia. Okay. We don't need to fix her. She's not broken either. She's upgrading and she's ascending as well. She is a sentient being. She's not just a rock floating in the sky. All right. Hopefully this isn't the first time you heard this. If you're here, especially now. So how deeply are you connected to Gaia? I crave Gaia. I crave getting outside, being in the sun, being with the birds, being with the nature, putting my feet in the dirt. I crave that. I spent the majority of my time last year in nature, outside, even if it was just outside in the side yard with my feet in the dirt, with as little clothing as possible, depending on the temperature, all day. Like, that's what I craved. And so I can feel that more during these winter months. That's been a part of this challenge of just being still and being in the solitude, the isolation of these winter months, because that's where you are being guided to tap into more of that divine feminine energy and frequency. And divine energy and frequency is not a gender. Feminine energy and masculine energy, it's a frequency. All right. So I'll use an example. I am a feminine in this avatar, but I'm also embodying, we have both, but my main embodiment in this lifetime is the divine feminine frequency. I hold both. So part of this frequency, or part of this healing process that I've been going through, this awakening, all of this work, all of this inner work, shadow work, all of that, is to balance the feminine and the masculine, because I'd been in mostly my masculine energy due to fight, flight, survival, all of that stuff. So I had to learn to embody and integrate and balance my feminine and masculine energy. So now I can hold that frequency and energy of the divine feminine, okay, as well as holding the frequency of the divine masculine and staying in equal balance as much as possible. I am also a Libra, 1822 on the timer, so that might be, you might know this if you're a Libra, you felt like your whole life, you're always like, the scales always feel like this or this. Now it feels like they're more, for me personally, are more on this balanced equilibrium. And if they get off a little bit, I'm aware of it. I can bring knowledge and attention to it, and I can balance that back out. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. All right. Whew. All right. So going with the zero fucks. Oh, we squirrel. So we squirrel. We're going to kind of bring back now. We're weaving. This is the weaving. So when you when you receive messages from people that aren't like question, script, and squirrely, rambling, we're weaving. It's a weaving. It's like having a conversation that's completely unscripted. Let's say you're doing a podcast and just going in and like throwing all the notes away and just having a confirmation or super conscious cosmic conversation between two souls. That's that weaving. That's the authenticity. So hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully more podcasters will do that a little bit more. Okay, so going back to the conversation. When I was talking to him, I said, I feel, like I said, I told you yesterday, I felt utterly fucking physically alone. Like I just felt so fucking alone. In it, alone. All right? All day. And when I talk to him, you know, I've shared this, like, I don't hold back anymore. Like, he takes however he takes that. I speak my truth and I say my truth, and I send out that frequency and energy that it's received for his highest and best, always through unconditional love, all of the stuff. And so during our verbal conversations, I'm at the point where I feel the way I do. I'm utterly alone. I feel this very alone feeling in the physical self. I said, but I'm not going to put myself out there or try to hang out with people or to be in the presence of other people that are inauthentic, that are fake as fuck, is basically, I said fake as fuck quite a bit yesterday. So it is time to quit putting yourself, your frequency, your energy into spaces, and you know what that is. If you're still here, I am talking to you and you know exactly what that is. Source, your highest, says you know exactly what that is. It is time to remove yourself from those fake as fuck people. They will do the work when they are ready to do the work. It's not on you to do the work for them. It's not on you to convince them or any of it. You need to remove your frequency and energy as much as possible from those fake as fuck people. Those fake as fucks. That's what I said. It's fake as fucks. Like I said, I'd rather be completely and utterly alone in this physical realm than to be around a bunch of fake fucks. I said that so many times. How many times have I said fuck right now? I'm done with the fake fucks, the negative fake fucks. I'm done. If I'm meant to be in a space, there's a reason for it. Source has placed me there. My highest has placed me there. To either transmute, to share my frequency and energy for healing, to activate, to mirror, to reflect, whatever. But to put myself into these family dynamics or these situations with friends or whatever, I said, I'm done. I'm done dealing with the fake fucks. I give 0 fucks. I'm not going to do it anymore. No more. And so somebody needs to hear that, especially right now, because some of you, I feel like you're struggling with this. And I struggled with this, for many years. So I'm going to use an example. So I was dealing with this, my own personal karmic family situation. And then, of course, his. All right. And I kept putting myself in these positions, again, making myself small, trying to make others feel comfortable, because my frequency and energy is really big, really loud. And I'm done apologizing, and I still continued to repeat this cycle and repeat this lesson for many, many years. And then there was a point where the dark feminine came in, and again, you need to stand in those dark feminine energies, the Kalis, the Liliths, the Medusas, the Persephones, the Hecate, all of these dark feminine energies, these Queen of Swords type of energy, and embody that. And you're not doing this from a place of being mean or, I don't even know if I can find the human words right now, disrespectful. Like, that's on them. That's, again, programming. You choosing to remove yourself from these circumstances, you are taking your power back. You are standing in your truth and your authenticity. You are removing yourself from the fake fucks, the negativity and the energy. You unplug from that. All right, when you do that, your power starts coming back. You quit draining your energy. You quit giving your energy away. You quit giving your time and your space away to circumstances. I'm just going to say circumstances is going to encompass many things. And then you pour that back into yourself. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, that was the conversation yesterday. I'm done. So don't ask me to partake in something. If it's a hell yes, it's a hell yes. If it's a hell no, it's a hell no, or I'm not participating right now, because my energy and my frequency and my time and my space is gold. And it is not to be given out freely anymore. No more with that. We are done with that. That stops now. So if you're still kind of teetering in there, again, if you're still here, this is definitely your confirmation. This is your 2444 on the timer. Please go look at that number. I don't usually say that, but I always say if the number catches your mind, but source says go look at 2444. There's another message there for you, especially if you're still here. I say look at the spiritual meaning number and the angel number. They might mean something similar, but different. All right, I might have to even go check that, yes, myself. Okay. As my big old cup of coffee gets cold, because I do sit here with the window cracked, because I get hot when I channel and I have these conversations. All right, so we're going to pull a couple of cards here from my, just to finish this message, and it looks like I'm going to be doing a couple of messages today before I take my sacred bath to ground. And then ideally, if it's warm enough, I can bundle up and go sit in the sunshine before I have to pick the kiddo up from school, just to get outside and get some fresh air. So yes, I will bundle up and sit outside. Okay, so give that shit up. All right. Hot air balloons are going to be a confirmation as like these rainbow colors. We've got red, yellow, blue, green. So we've got solar plexus, yellow. We've got red, root chakra, blue, throat chakra, green, heart chakra. Okay, it's time to give that shit up. And you already know. That's the thing. You already know what you need to give up, what you need to step away from. Okay, there's better shit on the horizon. Okay, it's this or better. So I would say always choose the better shit on the horizon, okay? All right, what else do we have? Just to finish this fun little message. Yep, it's time to breathe. So when you get into these spaces, you just breathe. So keep calm and just fucking breathe. Breathe. By breathing and being calm and present and still right here, right now, you raise the vibe. One breath at a time. One breath at a time, okay? The divine in me honors the divine in you. Namaste. Namaste. The divine in me honors the divine in you. The soul in me sees the soul in you. I am you. You are me. We are one, we are everything, and we are the nothing. We are the one, and we are the zero. Some of you might need to meditate a little more, and that can look many ways. It's not like just or laying down. All right, some of you need to meditate more. Of course, we've got all these beautiful heart chakra, blue throat chakra, third eye, and crown chakra colors with this particular card. All right, so if you, in the back it says it's better than sitting around and doing nothing. So you can meditate. So yesterday, when I laid down to close my eyes, I got into a meditative state. I didn't get into a meditative position, but I got into a still, quiet, meditative state. So again, you can do this. Rainbows are going to be significant. If you're part of my frequency fam, rainbows, embodying this rainbow frequency. I embody and I hold a very colorful rainbow frequency, like the crystalline children, the rainbow crystalline children, okay? So we continue to stay busy, transcending, transmuting the bullshit. Our own bullshit and collective bullshit. All right? And that is sacred work. That is the sacred work. All right? Pick one thing beyond your control and let that go. Just like that. So right now, here is your Hushinetiria tool for today. Pick one thing that is beyond your control and let that shit go. Let it go. That is your message today. Thank you for hanging out with me, with Source, with my higher selves, your higher selves, the cosmic consciousness, all right, collective that works and plays and co-creates with me and through me. It's a two-way street here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Take time for you. You are your first priority, and it's time to give those 0 fucks and say, I am done. I am done. Right here, right now. I am unplugging, and I don't even remember what it was that I said. All right, I'm done with the fake fucks. Done with the fake fucks. And you can put that in any context of where that, again, that's a people, place, thing, thought form, belief system. I'm done with the fake fucks, the bullshit, the negative, all of it. We're done. All right, I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.